Hello, lovely people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and this is Evolved Chit. It's my little corner of the world where I like to talk about spirituality, metaphysical stuff, universal laws, and psychology. So recently I was speaking with someone who follows me here on my channel, and we were talking about one of my recent videos that I dropped here on YouTube. And that is, are you still trying to figure out how to balance the push-pull energy with your twin flame? So in our discussion, she seemed kind of surprised at how practical these steps are, and perhaps even missed what the steps are because they're so practical and maybe not so magical. So I thought I would do a video that very succinctly lays out these steps, what I did and do to balance the push-pull energy with my twin flame, and not just with my twin flame, but pretty much everything in my life, all aspects of my life. And it's been hugely beneficial. So just want to very succinctly state these steps because they are really practical. And if you've been on this journey for a while, you're probably thinking it's far more magical than this. And really, all this was intended to do, this trigger, this person, was to show you that you are the magic, that you really are the creator of your reality. And this was intended to show you or mirror to you where your thoughts are. And from there, you're able to see what that means as far as your beliefs go. And then also look to perhaps rewire your subconscious. So your subconscious is always on, intaking, perceiving, storing, and then that creates your beliefs, and your beliefs create your thoughts, and your thoughts create your emotions, and your emotions create your frequency and your vibration. And that's what you put out there. So when you understand, to me, this is what I use and followed, and when I understood this, it allowed me to see where maybe my inner world was really affecting my outer world. So here are the steps. Step 1, detox from twin flames content, like tarot and oracle readings, messages from the divine masculine, weekly astrological content updates about twin flames or the divine masculine, any information seeking or validation about the twin flame stuff or a relationship with the person you believe is your twin flame. Detox, unsubscribe, unfollow. Anything that is keeping you hooked into thinking about your twin flame or being with your twin flame or processing or romanticizing, projecting, longing, angered, whatever it is, it unsubscribe and unfollow. And in doing this, it's going to reduce the triggers if you're someone who is still very emotionally triggered. Again, and a trigger can be one way or the other. It can be a push, which is the projection and the romanticizing and the longing and just being extra, or the pull, and where it might be more fearful or angry or something like that. So in step 2, practicing self-inquiry. So when thoughts or the push-pull projections come up, this is where you want to practice some mindfulness and self-reflection. And you can identify those emotions, identify those thoughts. What are they rooted in? Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it needed? Is it helping you? Or is it hurting you? And do you want to, reset that belief? You want to rewire your subconscious. And when you do that, it's a part of developing your self-concept. So that's step 3. So step 2 and step 3 kind of work together. And in understanding your self-concept, who are you? Wow, what do you bring, all your awesomeness that you bring to the table? What do you want to experience more of in your life? And when you're clear on that, it allows you to see during this process of self-inquiry where your stuff is not in alignment. So it helps you see what, past maybe emotional states or beliefs or patterns or behaviors where they are out of alignment with who you are today and what your self-concept is. and what your self-care routine is. So getting clear on your self-concept is incredibly important, because when triggers come up again, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You're in alignment with your self-concept, you can move through them a lot more fluidly and handle them more efficiently and faster. It does really pick up as you practice this more. It accelerates and it becomes just a regular part of your life, because you're more in a mindful place of mindfulness and presence than you are in living in a past or living in a future state. And I'm sure there's a lot of memes floating around out here that say that, when you're living in the past, it usually lends to, depression. And if you're living in the future, it usually lends to anxiety. So being present allows you to see when those things come up, when triggers come up. You can practice self-inquiry and understand what it's stirring up within you. And again, usually it's just an emotional response, a traumatic response, a response to patterns and behaviors that we have been, living for probably most of our lives. So step 1, detox from the twin flames content. Anything that has you projecting, pushing, pulling energy onto the twin flame. Anything that has you longing or hoping or holding out for or putting your life on hold for a relationship or seeking validation about a relationship, any kind of relationship. That's not usually really good to do. So put that stuff aside and focus on you. Practice the self-inquiry when that stuff comes up. If you're experiencing feelings or emotions around, if you're not with a person right now or your twin flame and that's what you're seeking in this content, what is that bringing up in you? So when those things do come up, use them as a part of your self-inquiry, and look at them like you're a social scientist, that you're identifying what these thoughts and patterns are, and what do you need to do for you to move through them more fluidly. And that's going to be unique for everyone. It could be everything from, taking a bubble bath every day to, psychotherapy and everything in between. So what does it mean for you? And that's where your self-concept stuff can help you out in practicing the self-inquiry and managing those thoughts, because you will have your stuff in place for when triggers happen. It'll help you return to your center and balance a lot more efficiently and faster. So it's really not all that magical. It really is just showing you that you are the magic and that you are capable of recreating your life. Like, this is a second chance at your life. And this is the opportunity to seize that. And this is what this situation or this person has brought you to. And in that way, in that respect, it is an absolute gift. So I know it doesn't always feel that way, but I can look back on this now and see that it really was a gift and is a gift, and I'm grateful for it. And it's really created just such a better relationship, not just with my twin, but pretty much everyone in my life and everything. And even when life gets sideways or the news is crazy, being clear on your self-concept really helps you stay centered and focused on you. And that's what this was intended to do. So a couple things with the self-inquiry I would like to recommend. One, there are a couple roads that you can go down, like if you're looking for a tool or a template or something like that to help you with this process. So I ended up, after stumbling into the twin flames stuff and swimming in that for a while, when I detoxed from it, I still practice a lot of the metaphysical stuff, but went more the psychology road. And I found myself at the Personal Development School's website. I found their content through YouTube, and they have an attachment style quiz. And when I took that, it was, well, first I took it, it came out that I was a secure attachment, and I was like, that's bullshit. So I did it a few more times, and I could see like some patterns. I kind of had to strip away and get like, really honest with myself. So I used that attachment style quiz and a lot of the content that is available through that website to help me really go in and see where my beliefs were and how that was informing my reality. And I think they're offering like a 2-week free trial, and there's a lot of content you can dig into, and there's a lot of things you can do within 2 weeks with that content. So I encourage you to check out the attachment style quiz and do that, because it helped me understand the push-pull energy dynamics. So that's a way you can consider doing more of the self-inquiry and coming up with some exercises there. Or there's also self-inquiry exercises in Liora's eBook, The Twin Flame Sacred Keys. So a part of that eBook is the her storytelling of twin flames, also channeled messages, but there is exercises in the eBook about self-inquiry. So if you're someone who's been on this journey for a while and seeking content, and you haven't read Liora's eBook, I would say that is one thing you would want to read that is twin flames related right now. So as a part of your detox process, check out that ebook if you want to consider that path instead. But I encourage you, just see the twin flames story for what it is. It's a return to wholeness. That's what this is doing, and that's what this whole experience is. It's returning you to a place of wholeness. So that's the beauty of it all, and that's the blessing. So, but focus on the self-inquiry exercises. So someone posted that ebook on Amazon, and I believe it's still out there for purchase. I bought it, and I recorded it for myself to have as a resource, and I thought it might be useful for others too. So I put it out here on my channel, and you can find it under the Twin Flames Teaching playlist. So those are some of the tools that you could consider using to help you practice self-inquiry and give you some baseline of how to do it, and further explore just how you're wired. What's your attachment style is like? Your attachment style shows up not just with your, romantic interests or your twin flame. It shows up in everything. So this is a really important exercise to do in some way, this self-inquiry. So check out some of those resources, and I'll include them in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Self-care stuff, that's on you. Like, figure that out. What does that mean for you? Look at what you're doing now for yourself. Are there things that you should be doing more of to take care of you, to help you move through any trauma or other things that are keeping you stuck? What does that look like? And that could be everything or anything, and that's something for you to decide. So everyone is different, and I share in my videos the things that worked for me when these things would come up for me. So and I do that just to illustrate like how some of the energetics work, and things that that you can consider doing to help you balance that stuff out. But for me, it was all these things were in an effort to help me return to center and balance, and be in a state of presence, and being more mindful. So that's a part of you exploring your self-concept and figuring out what you need to, as well. And in doing the self-concept stuff, it's going to help you when you're practicing self-inquiry, because it'll allow you to see where there's any like disparity or discrepancies in, what your self-concept is versus what you have allowed or are allowing in your life. So you might be really amazed at what you see when you start practicing this stuff, and perhaps how you've shown up in relationships, or how you've allowed other people to encroach upon you. So it's really liberating that in that respect, and it is incredibly freeing. Like I feel much lighter. Life is still life, but there really is just this a feeling of more freedom, and like kind of internal. And even when stuff comes up, I can every now and then, you kind of go down the road with it a little bit and let your emotions get carried away, but it gets easier to kind of pull yourself back in when I feel that or sense it. So that's why the self-care stuff is really important, because you'll identify things, and of not just identifying who you are, but what supports who you are. You know, what are your little care rituals and things that you need to take care of yourself. And that's going to show you, when you're practicing the self-inquiry, where you are out of alignment with your highest self and what you need for you. So it really is quite practical. And the steps are really simple, but what makes it challenging is in the practicing and the consistency of the practicing. And what makes all of this magical is that you are the magic. It's showing you how amazing and magical you are, and that you are capable of creating your reality, and you are always creating your reality. So what kind of world do you want to be in? What's your inner world like? And that shows up in your outer world. And that's what this was intended to do. So I hope this was helpful, getting a little more succinct in describing these steps and some of the tools that you can consider using. And if you know anyone else who's struggling with this content or on this Twin Flames journey, please share this video with them. I hope it helps them too. I wish I would have taken some of this guidance myself a lot sooner. Probably would, but the process was the process that it needed to be for me, and I had to do what I needed to do on, my journey. Everyone's unique. I've talked with people who pick up these concepts, they understand it, and bam, within less than a year, they balance out their push-pull energy, they're, in their connection with their person, to people I've talked to who have been struggling on this for a couple of decades, to someone like me who, was all over the place for like 6 years, and then for the past year really started to see a lot of the path clear and the balancing of that push-pull energy. So everyone's journey is unique, and your journey is perfect and happening exactly as it should. But if you've been seeking content and looking for that answer, this is the Twin Flames Sacred Keys teachings as per Liora. This is Psychology 101. Like, this is practical, and it's magical. So nothing to do but to do it now. So I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions or comments, please share below. I'd love to hear what's on your mind, what's working for you, what's not working for you. Do you have any questions? If you're reading Liora's ebook, do you have any questions about the ebook? If I can answer anything or share personal experiences, I'm happy to do so in any future videos too. So let me know what you want to hear. I will summarize these steps in the description, and also include any resources that I reference, or any resources that were helpful for me in my process too, in the description and in the pinned comment below. So this is just a reminder that you are loved, you are amazing, you are wonderful, you are necessary, and you are really freaking needed right now. So step into your power. And until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and good vibes for your journey. Bye.